So we just went through the initial part of the Inari temple walk, and there's a bunch of different temples, bright orange, and we're here, I think it's around 11 a.m. now, and there's gotta be like 30,000 people here. It's insane. There's an opportunity to get snacks before you start your climb, and there's washrooms here as well. And then after that, I think it's like 4 kilometers up. So take advantage of the bathrooms before you start your hike. All right, let's go. We're walking through the Inari right now, and these poles are so close together that if you decide you want to escape the madness of all the people, there's no getting out of here. They're just built like an inch apart. So, not recommended if you're claustrophobic, but it's pretty cool. It's really interesting. I can't believe they built something like this. So now the Inari here is opened up a little bit more. You can really see the space between the poles. If you do want to escape the crowds, you can sneak through there. It's definitely a lot busier than I was expecting it. And I know I've referred to this many of times, and that's because it's busy. So when we started out at the very bottom at the Inari Shrine, there was 30,000 people or more, and we were not excited to do this. But as we kept on going and we got near the summit, it splits off into 3 trails and kind of separates the pack. And I think a lot of people at that point decide not to do the summit and probably head back down.
There's also a main shrine, which we're gonna hit up on the way back.
Which will probably be busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does get quiet, so don't get discouraged if you come at peak hours and you're like, oh my god, there's so many people, it's intense.
Pretty cool going up here.
It's interesting, like every 5 to 10 minutes of walking, there's like these little areas where you can get snacks and buy a candle and stick it in the sand and say a prayer, and then little statues and stuff everywhere. So it actually, in this video, you're probably gonna think that we just keep looping back the same footage, but in fact, the entire place is like this. Ooh, a secret trail. Let's go here. I don't know what it says, but it's a secret. Let's go, it's probably a view spot. Come on.
Can read it.
Don't be shy. So we decided to go off of the regular trail, down this dirt path where there's nobody, and I think we might have picked up the monkey tracks. I'm not sure because we haven't found the monkeys yet. We're just gonna go a little bit further, but it's getting a little bit too wild for Megan's liking. And yeah, we'll see what we can find. We don't want to get lost too. We are like in the middle of Japan right now.
Kyoto.
Kyoto, Japan.
Dead trees. I don't know why. Maybe it gets really windy up here at night or something.
We are really roughing it here.
Yeah.
I want to see a wild boar and a monkey. Monkey, monkey, monkey. A monkey, monkey, monkey. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty cool exploring here. Still no sign of the silverback gorilla, but as we continue to venture into this deep jungle, you never know. So we just came down from the summit, and now we are currently at spot 11 on the park's map. And we decided to take the long route out, so we're going to spot 12.
It's like an extra little loop-de-loop.
It's an extra loop, and yeah.
It's such a nice day. It's like, we got so lucky with the weather.
And I highly recommend taking this route because I haven't seen a single person down here yet.
It's still really cool. There's some really old ones here. Like this one's like almost...
I was gonna say, this seems like it's on its last leg.
So to speak.
Konnichiwa.
This is the main prayer area at spot number 10. And there is like shrines.
A lot of places to pray.
Everywhere. It's quite amazing actually. And like up here, look at, there's, it just keeps going and going.
Yeah, let's go walk around. Check it out.
You can just keep going through. And they're numbered too. 88, 89, like holy smokes.
It's a maze.
This is amazing. There's 3 things we do in Japan. Look at shrines, look for coffee, and look for food.
I sleep.
And sleep. Quinn sleeps, but no one else does because he snores.
It's not true. I sleep like a baby.
Yeah, it is true. He sleeps like a baby, but no one else can because he snores like a boar.
But she loves me, so she doesn't mind my baby snores. So
You snore like our puggle.
I snore like a cute, soft puggle that needs a snuggle. Definitely getting less busy now. It's 12:30.
We got
And
here
it's-
at 10-ish.
We got here at 10, and that was like the peak hour when you look at like the time charts. I remember there's a
No, it's like the same between like 10 and like 4. It's always busy.
Huh. Well, maybe people are stopping and just having lunch or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. It seems less busy to me.
It does.
We have arrived at the main shrine.
And it's so nice out. We're so lucky. It's amazing. I'll admit, at first when we got here, I was a little bit of a hater. But now it's a lot better because it's calmed down. We get to see and enjoy the shrine. So it's been actually really awesome. What do you think?
Love it. I love it. And this is like a different kind of looking area. I like the big red banners. I don't know what they mean, but
I smell inside.
smell incense somewhere. What's about the foxes?
I don't know that much. So it's supposed to be good luck for like a bountiful harvest. But we'll find out.
Is this the sake and rice?
Oh yeah, it's for sake and rice, bountiful harvest. It's supposed to be good luck for that.
And that's what this shrine is all about, right? It's the
think so,
gods
yeah.
of sake and rice.
I think so.
What does the fox say? Ding 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 ding. What does the fox say?
Pretty, very pretty. Don't rip your little pantaloons there, buddy.
Ow!
Oh, you dum-dum. Cherry blossoms.
In the air, I really love them and I don't care. Cherry blossoms are in the air today. A rubber ducky, you're the one. Ba-dum. You make my bath time. So much. Hey, check out these things.
Right up.
5 minutes later.
So we just left the shrine and there's a bunch of food trucks out here. I don't know if you call them food trucks, food stands. And lots of meat options if you like bacon. Marilu, looks really good and it smells really good. I think we're looking for a place to sit down though. There's a lot of like standing street food here, which is awesome. But my feet are like annihilated.
And a lot of the places it's like don't walk and eat, but also
Yeah.
then there's signs that say don't eat here, so I don't know where you're supposed to
I think you're
eat.
just supposed to kind of like stand off to the side, eat, and then continue on your journey.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna find a seated restaurant and
Go from there.
go from there.
So, warning to the wise, Google Maps does not work here. We've now tried to go to 3 different restaurants with Google Maps, and it said when you says you're there, you're like in an alley with nothing around you. So, it does not work. So,
We're not idiots because we definitely like really looked around. And yeah,
it's the 3rd time.
it takes you to like
A random
nothing,
place.
Nothing.
So don't use Google Maps in Japan. It does not
For
work.
restaurants.
Yes.
It has helped us just like
For train
navigate.
stations.
Train stations, it's okay. Finding hotels, it's okay. But for restaurants,
It's the worst.
zero help. Just finished walking like 600 meters to a specific vegetarian restaurant that doesn't exist.
It exists, just not where Google thinks it is.
I don't know. We don't know if it exists or not, but Google doesn't know where it is. So yeah, our feet are so really clean to sit down. We've been hiking all day, have a drink, and figure out where we're going next. The life of a vegetarian in Japan is a difficult one.
So we are just gonna have a beer and figure out where to next. We need something to lubricate our hunger.
So we just finished our G&Ts, aka gin and tonics, and we are now walking past the Kyoto Tower. and down some back alley somewhere. I don't really know. Do you?
Shiodorin
Shiodorin
Street.
And heading to somewhere.
We're just heading back towards our neck of the woods.
To our neck of the woods. Still in search of food. The last meal we had was approximately
5 calories.
It was more than 5 calories, but it was a long time ago.
Oh, I thought you meant that gin and tonic.
Oh, that doesn't count. Gin and tonic is not a meal. If anyone's watching this, gin and tonic is not a meal, Megan. Especially kids. And then you go
It's
to
actually hard. Like, there's so many good restaurants here, and they all look. They're super cute and super cool, but it's hard
you really
to eat at
have
them.
have to plan your meals here.
Yeah.
This is not North America where you can just like come here and walk in and sit down and have a great time eating tons of food. It's like if you want to have good meals here, you need to plan it.
I think if you're a meat eater, you can go into pretty much any restaurant.
If it's open still,
because,
though.
well, you can walk around and there's like a million restaurants you can walk into, or street stalls or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you do have a more restricted diet, you're gonna starve unless you.
The good news is we have lost some weight.
Yes. I'm really excited because we've walked. By the end of today, we'll have walked 30 kilometers.
In 2 days.
In 2 days, which is like
A decent amount.
a marathon.
Yeah. Well,
So-
not quite. Marathon, I believe, is 50.
Oh.
54, 58.
let's delete that.
I don't know. Anyways, we won't delete that. But we've walked a long ways in 2 days. It's a decent amount. We've burnt some serious calories. And my top ab is coming in.
Yeah.
Top ab. Not abs.
That's an abdominal.
I have an ab coming
He has
in.
a keg, but then on top of the keg, there's one can just like sitting there.
Hopefully by the end of the trip, I'll be on to the 2 ab section, which is a goal that many of us have and very few of us have achieved. So we're just walking down the alley. All of a sudden we come across this amazing temple. This is the Hagashi Hongen Ji temple. This is the Hagashi Hongen Ji temple. And unfortunately we don't have time to go in there because we're starved. But you can just see how beautiful it is. There's a moat going around the entire structure. And looks pretty cool. Like there was a little opening that was a staff entrance only. And there was cherry blossoms and looks pretty awesome.
That's my favorite part about Kyoto so far. You can just literally walk anywhere and there's something to see or do and you're like, oh,
yeah,
this is like
you can you can go into Google Maps, put in Starbucks.
Don't put in restaurant.
Put in Starbucks. Sorry, we forgot to tell you Starbucks and McDonald's are okay. So you can put in Starbucks and you're making your way to Starbucks and all of a sudden you're like walking and you're like, oh, there's a temple here. Let's check it out. There's literally temples.
Yeah, we actually stumbled across 2 of the biggest and most popular temples here and pagodas. So
there's a temple on every block.
basically,
Just like there's Starbucks back at home, there's literally a temple on every block.
Or a pagoda, which is even better because it's more picturesque.
Konnichiwa.
So here, yeah, you have to go around to